Hey guys, I'm Chris and welcome. Today I'm doing something a little bit different and I've invited Jamie into the booth.
Hey guys.
And we are going to be talking about, well, what are we talking about, Jamie?
We're going to be talking about our favourite Bond girls.
Yes.
What better time? Spectre's approaching. Let's get into it.
I'm going to kick this off with Sylvia Trench, Jamie.
Sylvia.
Yes. She was in Dr. No, and without her, Jamie, we would not have Bond's iconic line where he says, Bond. James Bond. Because when Bond first meets her, he goes, and you are? And she says, Trench. Sylvia Trench.
So he stole it from her.
Basically. Well, because he was trying to be smooth, I think. It's kind of stuck, and it's a nice little touch, I thought.
I think she earns her spot on this list through that alone.
It helps that she was pretty. Yeah, and you know what, Jamie? Sylvia Trench was the only Bond girl to feature in the following film. The sequel, essentially.
Pretty impressive record to hold. I think you justified the choice
Yeah.
of Sylvia Trench quite nicely, Chris.
Thank you, Jamie. I knew it was a good idea bringing you on this video. What's your choice?
See, Chris, you went old school, but I'm going to bring it forward to one of my favourite recent Bond movies, GoldenEye.
Oh, man.
Now
One of the best Bonds.
One of the best Bonds with some of the best Bond girls. My favourite, Natalia Simonova, Chris. She wasn't kind of overly sexualized.
Well, she was a computer nerd.
She was a computer nerd. She sat next to Boris. She was friends with Boris. I'd be friends with Boris.
Who wouldn't be friends with Boris? I mean, he's invincible.
If Boris was allowed on this list, he'd have been on this list. But he's not, so we've got Natalia. She didn't put up with any of Boris's shit. She didn't put up with any of Bond's shit. You know, she was really impenetrable for a long time in that movie.
Hey!
It was just nice seeing one of the Bond girls being played as kind of like a straight character who didn't take any shit, who didn't get her kit off straight away.
I'm going to go into the future, Jamie. I'm going to talk about a Spectre Bond girl. And no, it's not Lea Seydoux. It is Monica Bellucci's character, Lucia Sciarra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Right?
Pick.
Because she is the oldest Bond girl ever. Which is interesting because, I mean, she's still like, she's smoking hot. But that's not, she brings a certain kind of elegance and experience to the role. But
Absolutely.
The reason that I've got her on this list, because we don't know much about the characters, right? So from here on, it's speculation. But the reason I have her on the list is because, mark my words, I have a feeling she's going to turn out to be Blofeld. I think that's going to be the whole thing on Spectre.
Shit.
Have I blown your mind now?
Oh,
right? Yeah?
shit.
Yeah? Look, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, it could just be as straight as it seems that Christoph Waltz will be Blofeld. But the later Bond films have enjoyed the kind of gender role displacements. Having Judi Dench as M.
Yep.
And now that M's back to being a man, they need to switch that role up again. And I think Blofeld is the one to do it.
I think that would be really interesting. I wouldn't put it past them either. It seems like a lot of the mystery as the cast was being announced sort of a couple of months ago. But I feel like some of the trailers have really been quite open about Spectre as an organisation and the role Christoph Waltz might play within it. Whereas a character like Monica Bellucci, she's been kind of hidden.
And you know what? I would like her to stick around for a couple of films because I think she can be menacing.
While you were talking through that one, Chris, you mentioned M.
Yes.
Judi Dench's M
Yeah.
in particular. Go and watch Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Watch the scene towards the end of the film where James Bond is in the plane being flown by Pussy Galore.
Yes, okay.
And listen to her voice. It sounds exactly like Judi Dench. I picked Pussy Galore because she's just a cool character. She's got a great name, and she's not afraid to get involved with Bond physically, not in the way that most Bond girls do, but in a fighting, in a kung fu way.
Oh,
she's She's the Bruce Lee of Bond girls.
She definitely stuffed Bond up. Definitely.
And the other way around. Unfortunately, she does still get... It looks like she's sexually assaulted at some point.
She gets man-loved by...
Yes. In fact, in the book of Goldfinger, Pussy Galore is a lesbian.
You can turn off the charm. I'm immune.
Which may suggest why she kind of tries to resist Bond's attempts to woo her, and why ultimately when they do have their not quite so romantic encounter, it looks like there's some foul play going on.
Talking about Bond and his sexual exploits brings me to my next Bond girl.
Okay.
Solitaire, played by Jane Seymour.
Live and let die, dun, dun.
So she was in Live and Let Die, and she was working for Mr. Big. I mean, what a name.
Oh, I've been called that a few times.
Hey!
Ironically.
So she's a psychic, and psychic, and she can kind of foretell the future, fortune teller as it would be. However, it's only because she's a virgin that she's able to do so.
Gotcha.
And when Bond,
here we go.
picks from that garden, right, then apparently she loses all kind of powers. And she's no longer Solitaire.
What is she now?
She's Free Cell. She enjoyed it, clearly, because she asked for thirds.
That's a lot.
So she's owning that sexuality. She's enjoyed it so much, she's embracing it, and she's holding it very close to her chest, among other places.
Great. How empowering. Much more so than Pussy Galore was. But you know what's better than Pussy Galore? Octopussy. The second Bond girl to have the word pussy in her name. How did they not make it past 2? I have no idea.
Oh man, can I just interject here? Going through these old Bond films is so embarrassing.
I don't know what they were thinking.
I mean, Octopussy is probably the worst name that they've ever had, right?
Yeah. Does she have 8 vaginas? What's going on there? Not only can she smuggle jewels around the world, Chris, she's also built an entire organisation of jewel smugglers.
Yeah, and they're all women, aren't they?
They are all women.
That's quite empowering.
Hugely. And, you know, she's not one of these la-di-da Bond girls. She doesn't get lured in. There's no double-crossing. There's no spies. She chooses to help Bond. Not only that, but a little extra note on top of that, she's played by Maud Adams.
Trivia.
The only actress to play 2 Bond girls.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, go and watch The Man with the Golden Gun. You'll see her there too. So good on her.
Yes, Scaramanga's girlfriend. Octopussy's cool and all, but maybe the most badass Bond girl ever. Again, going back to GoldenEye, Xenia Onatopp.
Onatopp?
Yeah, played by Famke Janssen. Basically, she's the bad Bond girl in the film. I mean, everyone's seen GoldenEye, so I don't really need to tell you. But she gets a kick out of having sex with people and then suffocating them with her thighs. It's quite a sight, really.
What a way to go.
Yeah, she's batshit crazy and she seriously gets off on it. And yeah, it's that kind of like high danger, high sexuality combination that, yeah, I think is quite cool.
Does she eventually get to grips with Bond?
Oh, you know she does.
You think she was badass?
She was badass.
No, Rosa Klebb.
Rosa Klebb?
Yeah, she's got everything going for her. Her name is a pun. She's good looking, and she's got one of the most iconic weapons ever seen in film history. One of the only characters ever where her shoe is more famous than she is. She has got a poison-tipped blade in her shoe. And you know what? She feels like a real antagonist. Sometimes Xenia Onatopp got sidelined a little bit because of that General dude and Sean Bean hamming it up. Rosa, she does her shit. She goes and takes on Bond head on. She gets killed, shot with her own gun, but she goes out in style.
Goes out in the back.
Rosa Klebb, I salute you.
Vesper Lynd. The best Bond girl by far. Number 1 in my books, number 1 in my heart. So obviously she was from my personal favorite number 1 Bond film, Casino Royale.
Great movie.
The reason she stands out for me is because she's really fragile.
Like a well-cooked roast potato.
Yeah,
Tough
I mean,
exterior, but...
Yeah, I mean, she does have a tough exterior because she doesn't take any shit from Bond. But when Bond gets in that tussle with those Ugandans in the staircase, and Vesper Lynd is there, and she witnesses Bond kill one of them, she can't cope. Her reaction, I felt, is real. It's probably the most realistic portrayal of someone in that situation. I mean, in the films that follow, James Bond is haunted by Vesper Lynd.
Haunted by how shit she was.
She was amazing.
Chris,
Shut up. She was
give me a
amazing.
clue. You brought it into the right century.
Yeah, I want to see who you have got who will top Vesper Lynd.
She
Eva
tops
Green.
Vesper Lynd in every single sense. She is tougher, she is meaner, she is a more engaging screen presence. She's Verity from Die Another Day.
Verity.
Madonna's Verity. The first ever Bond girl to sing theme tune and be in the movie. The fencing scene is the pivotal point in the movie. It is the first time Toby Stevens' character and James Bond really get to face off against each other and let their true animosities roar out, and they are allowed to do so by the genius that is Verity.
Oh, you've taken not even a Bond girl, just a cameo appearance from one of the worst Bond films, and you tell me it's better than Vesper Lynd.
That is the beauty of the role, Chris. Never before has an uncredited appearance by a pop star been so influential in the narrative of a film. Wow. She comes in, she only has a few lines, okay? But her delivery is pitch perfect. The timing is on point. Everyone, it's a win on every single level.
Right, I guess one man's win is everyone else's loss. If you say Verity's good, let's see if anyone else thinks that way. I mean, you know, you guys can let us know in the comments below and just let us know which is your favorite Bond girl.
And why it's Verity.
Rather Vesper Lynd, but maybe throw some curveballs in there by all means.
Yeah, let us know which ones we forgot.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed the 10 best Bond girls of all time and are looking forward to seeing Spectre as much as we are.
This week we've discovered probably the most awesome way to watch brand new trailers to the coolest upcoming movies and book the cinema tickets at the same time.
Sweet. Yeah, the guys over at PlayerCart have the secret. Simply watch the trailer to the newest movies via the PlayerCart video player. And if you like what you see, you can click to buy tickets right up here in the corner, and PlayerCart will show you what showings are available at your local cinema.
It really is that simple, and it's available worldwide.
Yeah, we thought it was really quick and an easy way to book tickets to the latest movies, without faffing around with booking pages and what have you.
So if you'd like to find out more about PlayerCart, check out their Facebook page, and you can also help fund PlayerCart via their Crown Coup and get a stake in the business from as little as £10. Or what's that? $15?
$15 maybe?
$20?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Give it a try.
Do the maths, then invest. Both of these links can be found in the description below.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.
Au revoir.